Cool. Now,
I'm
I know that we are
smiling.
streaming live on YouTube, so we are coming to this Instagram. It is always lagging, but that is okay. Soon as it wants to.
Untamed. You about to,
he, he not gonna start off.
about to go down. Untamed. I had to
Okay,
wait. I had to wait till we went live to get started.
listen.
Amen. Amen.
Well, happy grand opening, grand closing, cause now I'm already done.
We're done. And that's a wrap, you guys.
Uh, hello, everyone. Welcome to.
My bad. Let's go. Come on. Be professional. Let's go. Get it together.
I'm gonna get
Well,
You
it
want me to do it?
together.
I can do an introduction. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Get Up. What's the name?
Listen, to Midnight Michael came in here acting up already. Okay, so,
already. Already.
I'm gonna
And
get
you
my
the
life
professional
together.
one.
Listen, and I'm a professional one, so I'm gonna get my life together. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Get Caught Up podcast. I am your host, Tane. And I am here. Listen, I can't even get my thoughts together. I'm here with my co-host, Crystal. How are you guys doing this evening?
Yeah, we're here. We're doing great. We're doing great.
You are doing great.
We're doing great.
Well,
Yes, yes. I might be
tonight,
speaking in third person tonight, but we're doing great.
Chris, we are joined tonight by, of course, none other than our narrator of the month, Mr. Midnight Michael, who has
Man,
already come on here and and lit up the show
I just
already.
so
Okay,
okay. What did I really do? I just said untamed, and she lost it. I don't even know
listen,
why.
listen,
That's her
listen.
name, right?
Listen, he
How's
he
everyone
up here
doing
playing.
tonight?
He playing because if y'all was listening on YouTube Live, y'all heard how he came in with that Untamed. Okay,
I just said untamed. I don't understand what the problem is.
so thank you so much. We appreciate everyone who's joining us on IG Live. Everyone who is here on Facebook. Hello, Lisa. How are you? She says hello. I'll
Hey,
go ahead and
Lisa.
show her comment. Thank you guys for joining us. Miss Tati is here. Mark Wheeler is here. Charity loves to read 34. And someone you know very well, Miss Kaya Montague, is tuned in.
Hey, how you doing? You all right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, go ahead. I'm gonna get at her since she's
You
on
gonna
here.
get at her? Oh, go ahead. You want to get at her now? You
We talked about it on her joint. I ain't gonna mess with her no more. But it's love. She know I love her to death. I'm gonna jump back on her joint in a little while.
Awesome. Well, I have to give a shout out to our major sponsors and supporters. Thank you guys for always supporting the podcast. So major love goes out to EXO, MB, JC, KB's Bookshelf, Kiana Dene, Women of Vision, Tyler Landscaping, and me and my son's lawn care, and also Black Odyssey Media. Thank you guys so much for always giving the kind of money that Jibble and because we appreciate both. So thank you. Well, Crystal, we have to officially like welcome Midnight in. So I'm gonna let you take over, do your thing, and welcome him on to the stage.
Okay. Hello. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go on a phone and be on live at the same time, and I'm not using my phone, so I'm a little slow right now. But let's get this going. Polished, authentic, compelling, and bold. I try to say bold. That's as deep as I can get. These are just a few words that have been used to describe the voice of Jeremy Midnight Michael, a culture bending, baritone having voiceover artist dedicated to helping you tell your story. Jeremy has narrated and or produced hundreds of television, radio, and internet ads for brands like Hyundai, Johnsonville Sausage, H2O Wireless, Coca-Cola, PowerAid, the SEC Network, and the U.S. Census Bureau. He has also voiced museum exhibits at the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Now I'm gonna go and see if I can listen, catch your voice.
That was a
Um,
while ago. That was a while ago. But I will tell you this though. I just did something for Kamala Harris, so be on the lookout for that.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
come
We
on.
in the process of
I
greatness.
I
Okay.
gotta update. I gotta update
Yes.
my
You
bio.
gotta update that. Oh,
I know
and let
that's
me add it
right.
for you. And let me add it for you. He has also voiced something coming from Miss Kamala. Kam-
Ooh, don't do
no, because
that.
I work with two people and they say a different name, and that name was coming up in my head. So I had to tell my head, stop, don't say that. But the future president of the United States.
Talk about
Let's
it.
say that. Okay. Training videos and internal communications for a variety of organizations, including Bowen and Johns
Gotcha.
Hopkins University, and multiple audiobooks for independent authors and major publishers, including Tantor Media, Penguin House, and McGraw Hill. Midnight Michael, welcome to the UP Hot Seat. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, and I forgot all about that. That's on my website. I gotta. I was like, I gotta
Yes,
get.
yes.
Yes.
You
Man, I
have
don't
to
be.
update that.
Yeah, it's been a while, but no, I'm glad to be here. Like I said earlier, man, this has been. I'm honored to be narrator of the month. First of all, so thank you to well, thank you ladies, and whoever voted. I don't know how that works, but I really appreciate the honor.
We
I'm gonna
just
wear the
say,
moniker well for the entire month. Go ahead.
I
You
mean, we just say, let's get this person. And
Okay.
Untamed work her little magic, and bam, here you go.
Untamed. Untamed. Yeah, there you go.
I'll be trying. Listen, see, I was prepared. I was prepared that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was prepared. So
Untamed.
thank you, everyone. He gonna try to get me again. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna wait until the end before I lose it because we already fangirling, So listen, and thank y'all for joining us. Listen, Author T. Lynn says she's gonna make sure to have Midnight narrate every time if she can.
Who said that?
Please.
That's Author T. Lynn.
T Lynn. I love T Lynn. Tell her I
Me
said what up
Yes,
though.
too.
Is she on here right
yes.
now?
She is on
Yes.
IG. Yes, she's
Tell her I
on
said what
IG
up though.
watching.
I love it.
She
I love it.
said,
Hey, what up, T Lynn? I love you. What up? We got I gotta
yes,
meet you one day for real. And
yes.
can I jump in right there?
Sure.
I love everybody that I worked with or worked for in some capacity. Um, or another. But at the same time, there are people that just kind of jump out. Like T. Lynn, when I first read, some of her stuff, I was like, man, it's that Midnight Michael. And I feel like it was me. Like I put it on like a coat. You know what I mean? So it felt very organic. And maybe that's because I was kind of finding my rhythm as an audiobook narrator at around that time too. Because when I first started, right, it was really kind of clunky. I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time, I think there's a natural thing that I have too, right? That kind of gets me over. But the
Yeah.
more I've done, the better I've gotten. And I think around the time I started doing some of the Two-Land stuff, yeah, it fit, and I feel like I had gotten a lot better as a narrator at that time, for sure.
Well,
But hey,
Yes,
she said she
yes.
definitely can't wait to meet you. And Miss Author Charity Shane is in the house, and she said that she would definitely want you to narrate her audiobooks as well.
let's go. I'm open, man. And it's
Yes.
funny. It's funny because I was telling my wife this. I'm gonna say that like 18 times a minute, probably. My wife, my wife, my wife. But my wife, I was talking to her like last year, right? And I was like, man, if I could just get 4 books a month, you know what I mean? I'd be crazy, you know what I mean? Not thinking that was even a possibility. I've been blessed to work on at least, like between 7 and 9 books a month on average for the last year or so. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Just,
Oh,
Wow.
I'm saying?
And
So
we
it's like,
believe it.
yeah. And so like, and again, like I said, as we spoke earlier, it was like all about honoring the work at first. But then I was
mm-hmm.
like, there are people like listening to this, right? And I'm hearing people saying, "Yo, Midnight Michael going crazy in the streets." These internet
Yep.
streets is
Yes.
going crazy, and I didn't know. I had no idea, right? So, that combined with my wife saying, "Man, you got to open up and be a little bit more, vocal about your appreciation." That all of that kind of led me to this point of being here with complete gratitude and just humility on this particular cast. So thank y'all for having me again.
You are so
Everybody is saying
welcome.
congratulations to you. Like, so congrats to all the titles, all of that. Like, I'm gonna
Yes,
just say this. I be behind the scenes a lot more now because with me writing and then doing the podcast, I kind of haven't been doing too much on books and so. But when I say your name comes up so much,
yes.
it's ridiculous. Like, I've seen
Every
your name
group,
so much,
Wow.
and I'm
every
like,
group.
yeah, it's like, who is this dude? And then Alexandra House put in her chat, her group one day. Oh, so y'all like this nigga Midnight Michael? And
Really?
everybody's like,
Just like that?
yeah, like
Yes,
wow, went
yes.
crazy.
Look, we
So
went crazy in DM's Diamond one day, like, cause every now and again we'll have like this chat, cause that's they embrace all of the narrators,
Yeah.
but they just it was a thing. Like one person said, "Have y'all read this?" And it was Midnight Michael. And when I tell you that entire day, it was flooded with notifications, and all we kept seeing was something about Midnight Michael, and everybody was jumping in saying, and they was like, "Well, who is that? Well, I gotta go read it." And so for the rest
mhm.
of the week, everybody was like, "Oh my God, have you read this book? Have you read this book? Have you read?" And it's just like caught fire. And I think it was not too long after that is when Alexandria put in her group like,
Yep,
"So
she sure
y'all
did.
really?" She's like, "Okay."
Yep. And
You
I
know,
think we talked about you when she was on the show the last time, like
Yes.
looking at you as well, listening to you. So, I mean, I love when we get someone new on the scene and everybody's going crazy over them. And then you go listen to them and you be like, well, damn, I see why.
See why?
I see why.
Exactly. And you
so
know what? Lacey Laurel is on here as
what
well.
up, Lacey? How you doing? Hope you
Yes.
doing all
And
right.
she
Wow.
says hello.
She said she had an author requesting you today.
For real? Cause I said,
Yes.
Yes.
call me. We no, I love Lacey, man. We've done a lot of things together. We've done a lot of good things together, man. She's dope to work with. Um, great spirit, great heart. Love her to
She
death.
Yes. She
is, man.
really is a
She really
sweetheart, a
is.
total sweetheart. And thank you so much, Lacey, for jumping in and joining us.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Listen, and Kaya was up there. She said, I remember that. She was talking about what I was saying about that day in the group. And so
Hmm.
she said she's gonna text you tonight, just so you know.
Tell you something. That's fine. That's cool. But let me do this real quick with Kaya, because none of this would be possible without Kaya. And I'm being dead real about that,
Okay.
because
Oh.
she ain't gonna like this because I'm gonna bring it up again. But it's part of the DNA of Midnight. But I auditioned one my first black romance audition was for one of her books. Excuse me. And she you know I was saying she shut me down and like ain't give me no shot. Like she turned me away. But the truth is, she came back and was like, you know what? Because she heard it and was like, can you do X, Y, and Z? And I told her I was like, I ain't got, I don't want to do that, right? But it was because of the nerves. I was like, man, I ain't want to be corny. I felt like some kind of a fish out of water, so to speak, right? So
Hmm.
Hmm.
the fact that she came back in that moment and said, "Hey, can you try it again?" gave me a little like a gleam of hope. You know what I'm saying? And so the next time around, you know what I'm saying? I was okay. All right. It was a matter of just finding my voice right within the script, or whatever. So without that, I wouldn't have even gave it another chance though, because she really opened the door back up for me and gave me another shot. But I was kind of scared at the time. But when the floodgates opened, it was time, and the timing was perfect. So I thank her for that, and I really thank everybody else for like giving me a shot.
Yes, thank you,
Awesome. Okay.
Kaya.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, thank
Kaya.
you. That's one thing I can say I love about this community. Like you said, it's going to take, you was nervous and somebody
Mm.
gave you another shot. And that's all it takes is somebody giving you a shot. And then you giving somebody a shot. And then it goes on and on and on. It's just like the little small things that become big things. And, like you said, your little nervousness became huge. You
Yeah.
asked for 4 books a month, you get between 7 and 9. I mean,
Hey,
hey,
And the thing
above
about
and
it is,
beyond.
you have to be like, if you're not human in this whole
right.
experience, right? Then people can, they can hear it, right? They can hear
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
robotic nature of how you read or whatever the case may be. But the humanity, right, is what I try to, always bring to the table first and foremost. And if that means I'm scared, right? There are days like there are books I read that are, like autobiographies, for example, that, you know, I kind of have experiences where their mother and father issues that I deal with when I'm reading somebody else's mother and father issues, for example. Like, so when I meet that, that when I have that encounter, I have to be there with that person too. You know what I'm saying? And there was a
Yeah.
book I read earlier this year, like long book, like the last probably 8 hours of it, I cried all the way through. It was because it was like
Oh
it
wow.
was that I connected
Wow.
that much with it. Like I had to step away, but again, it speaks to the humanity you got to bring to the whole experience.
hmm
Yes.
One thing
Now
I
I
can
want to
say,
say this. I want because I want to say this. I want to go ahead and start rolling into some of these other questions. Now I want to roll into some of these other questions now because you have a very deep voice. It was something that you said,
hmm
and I wanted to catch it while we were right here. And you were talking about finding yourself. Did you always embrace the baritone in your voice? Like coming up, how was that for you?
I've sounded like this since I was 12. You know what I mean? And that's not even exact. That's not an exaggeration. Like one
yeah,
day
you're one of
I could.
those.
Y'all remember? God, Jodeci's "Come and Talk to Me." I could sound
hmm
just like KC on that song. Like one day, and the next day I was singing my Barry White. You know what I'm saying? I was completely jumped registers right overnight, and it was a hard thing at first because speaking with this much depth, you have to articulate and enunciate and all these kinds of things. And I grew up in a small town in Florida. We weren't used to enunciating, right? The draw
Okay.
was real, and so it was hard for people to understand me for years. Right? It wasn't. It was like I think I really didn't start, really catching on to what I needed to do and to improve how I spoke until college. You know what I mean? Going to Howard, right? Because
Thank
I got
you.
Come on, Howard.
right?
Thank you.
but it was cute at first, right? Because it worked with the girls, but at the same time, it was like, man, what did you just say? Like I heard that a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? Because of the country and the depth, right?
hmm
But over time, like I got used to it and I started to embrace it. Um, and growing up, like people would tell me you need to do X, Y, and Z, but I didn't know how to get into it. But thank God over the years we found our way into it. So we're here now, and I can speak a little bit better, and I can read to everybody, and they can understand what I'm saying. I think.
And they love what you're saying.
Yes, my son, like I say, his voice is deep, and it came in at a young age. So like it's like you say, wake up next morning is deep, and it's like, damn, where did it come from? Or who said that? So like you said, it's definitely something to embrace at a young age. And then I know your friends probably was like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, like just trying to figure out probably how can I get my voice that deep.
I don't think I think it was a shock. Like grown ass men would be like, "Yo, you got a deep ass voice, boy." Like what I'm
hmm
saying? I'd be hooping at the park or something, and I just say, "What up?" They lose it. I'm like, wow.
hmm
Listen,
So,
and I
but
oh go ahead, because I was just gonna talk about
it
my
was
voice.
always it was always a novelty or phenomenon wherever I went from the time it changed even to now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thank God for it though.
Yes.
Yes, my son was like that too. And he was born with a very deep voice. Like the doctors was like, your 2 year old has a very manly voice, and then I was like, they were like, oh, what is going on with this? Because he does not sound like a baby. And I said, well, it probably matches his personality because he don't act like a baby
Like a baby.
either. He
Been
does
here
not.
before.
Yes, and he got his ad noise taken out, and his voice went very high pitched. Y'all, I couldn't even recognize my baby because I was like, "Whose kid is this?" I called
hmm
it, and I was like, but of course, when he went back to puberty, his
Okay.
voice went straight, exactly like deep like
hmm
yours. And like he said, he's 13, and people were like, "Why is his voice sounding like this at 13?"
Hey, it happens.
I
Yeah.
was
So
like, "It
what
was sounding like
interested
that at
you?
2."
What interested you in the world of reading and voice acting?
I also voice acting. Like I said, from the time my voice changed, people were saying, "Hey, you need to be on the radio. You need to be,
Mm-hmm.
doing commercials, X, Y, and Z." But again, I grew up in a small town, Crespi, Florida. It's in the northwest part of the state, and nobody knew how the hell to do, voice acting or get into
Right.
voice acting, right? It was this big world of fantasy and mystery to me. So for years, I never even investigated. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing that I desired to do at all. I admired people who did it. Like I love, watching cartoons, like about obviously the big names, the Morgan Freemans, the Keith Davids, the James Earl Jones, rest in peace. But yeah, people compared me to these people, and I was like, okay, that's cool, right? But it wasn't until I turned, it was like December 2018, incidentally,
Oh,
December, Christmas Eve of 2018. I was sitting on my couch. We had just wrapped gifts for my daughters, and I got back to my apartment, and I was watching a documentary on one of those channels, and Morgan Freeman was narrating, and I just sat up and I was like, you know what, man, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Real cocky, real arrogant, because I don't know no other way. And from that point, I just figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I figured out what I needed to do. I joined the training program. And again, training is not for everybody. There's no one particular route to anything for anybody. But for me,
right.
I chose that path, got some demos made, and I just started going at it. And you know what? What's helped me get to this point is failing and losing a lot. People don't qualify and categorize it as that. But it's what we do, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional loser. My wife had to coach me out of saying that so much. But, it's the losses that build the character. You know what I'm saying? The wins are great, but
I
the
agree.
losses build character. And so
Mm-hmm.
all the character and characters you hear come from those, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those moments. But when it comes to audiobook narration, it was never, in fact, again, my wife, she told me to do it, right? She told me and a few other people was like, hey, man, you got an audiobook voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Early, like when I first
Yes.
started. When she first, because like our paths crossed when I first started, like my training classes. So I met my wife in that same period or whatever. So she's been there from day one, literally, like a day oneer. Like she's a day one.
Right.
And from the
Oh.
time she heard me, because we talked on the phone a lot. From the time she heard me, she was like, "You need to do audiobooks." In fact, do one for me right now. And I'm sorry, babe, I never did one for her, but
He owe you a book.
He owe
He
you a
owe you
book
a book.
now.
I tell her like, "Yo, just Google me." I'll be like, I'm if they look at me and slap me or whatever, but no, she championed that from day one, and I never really investigated it like that heavy because I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be on the TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
Y'all need to hear me for real out here. On these TV streets for real. But it wasn't until 2021 when I got my first book. It was about a drug dealer in Harlem called the Harlem Plug, and I really loved it. It was hard. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done as a voice actor up to that point. But going away from it, coming away, stepping out of it, I became something different. I knew I was
Right.
different after that. I knew I was different after that because I was like, if I can do this, I can do anything as it relates to voice acting. And so that was the first book. Some more books came that year. But it wasn't until last year, right? Like last summer, around this time, or a little before this time, that I got my first black romance book after Kanye shut me down. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm playing. Kanye, don't. But
Look, and she had a comment for you too. I think she said you're welcome, and she said I'm so glad to see how much you're working.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I could be a part of it.
no, that was a big deal though. But I got my first book, first black romance book last summer. And again, I'm thinking it's like, okay, it fits, it makes sense to do it. I got a few more. But this year, wow, you know what I mean? The floodgates really open, and I've been blessed to do a lot of great work with a lot of great authors and just interact with a fan base that I didn't even know existed. So um, that's been a
You
Yes.
dope
under a
experience.
rock somewhere.
Like Lacey, incidentally, Lacey, when I first reached out to Lacey, we talked about some things or whatever. She was like, you know, they're going crazy over you. Like her and Miss Ronnie, like she reached out and they was like, yeah, they talking about you right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yes.
word? Yeah, I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea. You know what I mean? So that was my first, recognition of what it was. So yeah, all the stuff that's happening right now, man. Like I said, I didn't see it coming. My wife did, but I never saw it coming. I never
Shout
saw it
out.
coming
Shout out to the wife.
Yeah, shout out
for
to the
sure.
wife.
Because
Yes.
I'd be kind of nervous. I'm like, babe, you good with all this? You know what I'm saying? Like all this, all this stuff I'm doing. She was like, yeah, I'm good. Just, you know me, right?
And look, you know what? How
Hey,
they be having those how we be having those silent conversations without saying nothing, but we saying a
Yeah.
whole lot.
saying something. Yep.
I'm good.
So yeah, she good though. She's my biggest fan, man, and I love it, y'all.
I love. You
Oh,
know, I'm
I
sitting
love
here listening
that.
to you talk,
Mhm,
and I'm thinking, because James Earl Jones is no longer here. Rest
mhm,
in peace.
for sure.
But you remember, I don't know, and I'm probably telling my age, but the commercials when he used to read the phone book.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and then also the part from with Morgan Freeman. So I feel like you got a cross of both of them. But like when Morgan Freeman, we was just watching it when he was playing in Bruce Almighty and Evan. Yes, because
I think what I loved about those guys at as they reach certain levels of their career is the irony of their roles. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
The
yes.
God voice giving you this humor, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Right. And so that always fascinated me. Like, how can I be that cool? You know what I'm saying? Without having to sound young or hip. I can be that guy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the things I strive for in building characters, right? Like, where's the irony in this person, right?
Yeah.
What can I play off of? You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
so it's good.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say this. If y'all, so anybody's listening, so y'all can Google the word Lion King because the
There
next
we,
Lion King that come out, we have our Mufasa right
there we go.
here.
Come on, Mufasa.
We have our Mufasa.
Say it
And
There
again,
you go.
it's
Mufasa.
so funny, man. Like, and I didn't even know because I wasn't a Star Wars person. I'm
Right.
not.
Darth Vader.
Mhm.
Um, but Luke, I mean, that whole thing. People asking me to do that since I first sounded like this, right? I had no idea, like how you know the relationship to that line to culture was. You see what I'm saying? How deep that was. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And for people to think about that with me, you see what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying?
That
You
Because
gonna
they're
do it?
correlation.
relating me to that dude. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Are,
it, di-
are you
it,
gonna
didn't, it
do
didn't
it?
really, it didn't really care. No, I'm not gonna do it.
I tried. I
No,
I
I'm not
know.
gonna do it. I let the great be the great, you know what I mean? But not just that the idea that people thought enough to say, hey, can you give it a try? In a
tried.
real way.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was dope. It's been dope. I thank God for that.
I love it.
Yes, yes. And I want to say, so with all of this that has just been that you manifested, that your wife manifested, well, if you think about it, what would you do if you weren't doing this? What would you be doing?
Also, technically, well, I should say technically, I am a systems engineer. I work for Johns
Okay.
Hopkins Applied Physics Lab. If anybody's
Okay.
interested in knowing that, I've been in missile defense for like 20 years now doing that. But I've been lightweight, trying to get out since it's like Eddie Murphy and Martin in life. You know what I'm saying? They've been trying to escape, forever. So, yeah, but again, I love being a nerd. I love the whole thing. But passion is passion, right?
Right.
You can't
Right.
front on it. No matter how hard you try, you can't play a role. I think, especially in this day and age when there's so many opportunities to, uh, find outlets to get your passions out. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
when this happened, I didn't expect any of this. We wanted, right? You know what I'm saying? But in our heart, we're like,
Yes.
who am I? You know what I'm saying? To be, an audiobook narrator for real. You know what I'm saying? With
You
any
you
kind of
you
success,
are Midnight Michael.
You
That's
are
who
right?
you
Midnight
are.
No, I'm just saying,
Michael.
but that's me in the beginning. Like I'm on the outside. On the outside, it's like, what? I got an S on my chest. Nobody can touch me. Blah 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 blah. My wife can tell you this. I'm cocky, right? But in the beginning, on the inside, I was like, man, I don't know, man. Dang, I done spent all this money doing this training class, man. Dang, I could have bought this. You know what I'm saying? We're questioning, right? You know what I'm saying? There was a
Yeah.
lot. There was a lot of questioning and a lot of fear, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think it was important at that time, but at the same time, there's still fear there, but it's a healthier fear now of setting goals again, really setting goals that uh, you can achieve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they got to scare you though. Like I think some of your goals and some of your dreams, if they don't scare you, why are we doing it? You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? Right? You know what I'm
I'm
Exactly.
glad you said that because I tell people all the time, if you're nervous about something or if
saying?
you're uncomfortable, when you're uncomfortable, it's time for you to get out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, and no, I'm sorry, I take that back. If you're comfortable,
Well, yeah.
if you're too
Mhm.
comfortable and then all of a sudden stuff start happening, that's because it's time to shake you up and move you on to the next level.
For
And
sure.
I've learned
Exactly.
that. But then also, I also learned that if I'm nervous about stuff, it's not a bad nervous, it's a good nervous.
Mhm.
And I just have to take the good with the
Exactly.
bad. So I like that you were telling us that, you cocky, but you still had that little second
Yeah.
guessing yourself because
Nervous. Yeah.
that's what happens. You can be cocky all you want to second guess yourself, but look what happened.
And
It's
Mm-hmm.
and that's it's always good though for that type of testimony because sometimes when
Mm-hmm.
your star is rising, people just see that part, and the
Yeah.
the other people who are coming into it, they might not understand. Like, no, I had this real fear, from the start, and I had to train, and I had to work, and I failed a few times, but and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm here now. So it's just all a part of a great testimony that's gonna help somebody else in the long run.
And
That's
thank you.
true.
And I think one thing too that we don't give enough credit to, you got to have somebody, at least one person, who really believes in you, for sure.
Yes.
Yes, for
Yes.
Really,
sure.
who really believes in you. At first, I didn't think like, because again, I was like, you know what? I don't need anyone. I'm an actor.
But I don't need anyone.
I get my books and go to work in my booth, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
need anyone. And when I was in my apartment, it was easy for me to do that when I was by myself because I isolated, right, myself. It was like again, I was in a castle in a corner, and I had a moat outside, and nobody could get to me, right? I was just going to work. I mean, that's really the mindset, right?
Right.
And when COVID hit, like that was kind of like as unfortunate and devastating as that was, that was the silver lining was my career took off in 2020. You know what I'm saying? As a voice actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's when that whole mindset of I don't need anyone. Midnight, right? I was kind of arrogant, right? So, there were days, weeks I wouldn't go out the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to get it, right? And again, me and my now wife, we've known each other 5 years. We've had our ups and downs or whatever. And there were times we were apart, so it was easy when I was by myself. Then we started living together, and I got married. It got kind of dicey. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I got to be by this
Mm-hmm.
booth, right? You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, that's how I live. I'm an actor, right? You know what I'm saying? It was,
I'm an actor.
I'm
Listen,
an
Right.
actor.
if
I'm
any
midnight.
I
now
was looking
midnight,
at you.
You,
if
you know what I'm
The
saying?
anybody
video,
feels you
like
on that, I
I'm
feel
looking
you on
at you
that.
now, and you look like a video. You know the videos where people are kind of like talking to other people off camera, but you're looking like a little meme right now.
Yeah,
I'm an
for
actor.
real. I'm an
Yeah.
actor. Damn, I'm an
Listen,
actor. You know?
listen.
And on
If
top of that too, also, and I think this is kind of what the change started with me. And I was actually, I was talking to her the other day about this, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we were getting married actually too, so we were planning a wedding and trying to pay for that and do all the, all that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of heaviness, right? You know what I'm saying? Not that we didn't like each other, it was like, not right now, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of
mm-hmm,
that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of like, man, how are we gonna pay? There's a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. So there was a lot going on in our life at the time. So me trying to separate myself, right, didn't help. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't
yeah,
really see
Mm-hmm.
it at the time because I'm thinking I got to do this to get this, so we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Right? But I think over time, that helped me. Right? You know what I'm saying? That helped me, and that helped me learn that don't rush out of the bed in the morning, fam. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yep.
She's made it hard for me to get up in
listen,
the morning. You see what I'm saying? And I needed that because excuse me, we get into a moment where we got to feel like machines. Like we got to crank this
yes,
workout. We got to do these auditions. We got to read these books. We got to write this. We got to write these pages. We got to do whatever, right?
Right.
But in the end, man, we're human, and I lost that for a while. I really did. I really lost
mm-hmm.
that.
And it's
Being
easy
married,
to do that. It's
yeah,
really easy to do that. And like I was saying, I experienced that too because I also got into movies, 2022, 2023, going producing. And so when I say, and I had this conversation with my dad because my dad was like, I've been calling you for 3 weeks. He's like, you haven't answered any of my calls. And I was like, I understand. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but I understand when they say people in the industry like they really start getting on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Start drinking and all of this because that lifestyle can really consume you. And I
Mm-hmm.
said I was consumed like for real. My husband literally cut my phone off. It would be ringing at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to talk to people who were in different time zones and. I felt like when I first started this like he had to pull me to the side too. Like, where my wife? Right? Like,
Right.
it's you're not here. You're here, but you're not present. And then you're gonna be gone for like weeks at a time. When you're here, I kind of need you here sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah. So no, I totally feel you because when I came out of that after post production, I was looking at my house like my house looked new, and I was hearing like. at the time, like, where was I? He was like, no, you was gone. Like he said mentally he said you was robot. You was on autopilot.
Hmm. That's because you was a producer.
Yeah, and I'm an actor.
And
I'm an actor.
He's an actor. And he's an actor.
and I'm an actor.
I love it.
Yes,
I love
yes.
it. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. So we have our first game coming up, and this is just a rapid fire style, quick little 5, 6 questions, just trying to catch your faves. So I'm gonna just shout out what it is, and you tell me what your answer is. Okay, cool. So fave hobby.
Basketball coaching, I guess.
Ooh.
I just got that hobby too. I just started coaching my 10-year-old daughter's basketball team, so I
Okay,
realized that
coaching girls, that's on a different level.
yeah,
That's a different
she getting
level.
it too. She could be nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
a
Ooh.
different
I ruined the
level.
bracket. I'm ruining the
Uh,
game. I'm sorry.
no, you're cool. You're cool. Now talk about the babies. It's all good. Fave book.
Gosh, that's a good question. The autobiography of Malcolm X. Yeah.
I'm with you
Okay.
on that. I'm with you on that. We there on that. Fave movie.
Training Day.
Come on, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
You can't handle the truth.
But speak. If I could just like with Denzel, the Denzel idea, right? A-list actor.
Hmm.
He's Denzel in everything, regardless of what role. That that's kind of like that movie reminds me like be that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yep.
Be Denzel.
B
There you go.
Denzel.
I mean, that's the best
Because
thing to be. Best person to
listen,
be.
and Denzel is one person who, like you said, we were telling you earlier, he's one person who, regardless of what role it is, he embodies the character, and so you cannot not see that person in that role. Like Denzel is
Hmm.
just he, no matter what he does, his talent, his ability, he allows you to be sold into that character. So, like if you say that he's Alfonso in one day, and then he's Malcolm X in another movie, you believe it. Like you
Absolutely.
Hmm.
believe it. So yes, be Denzel. All right, fave song.
Can you stand the rain by No Edition?
I love it. Fave color.
I'm
Blue.
guessing black.
No,
What?
blue. Blue. Yeah, blue.
It's blue.
Midnight blue.
Midnight blue.
Okay.
Come on, midnight blue. Okay,
Yes. I love that.
that was actually game one, and you actually started. You told us already how long you've been a narrator. So, Crystal, you know what? It's on you.
Okay, so
Mm,
what is something that was hilarious or unexpected that happened while you were narrating?
So I've narrated a lot of uh, historical books, right? Historical books or historical fiction books, and sometimes white people used to be really mean to black people. You know what I'm saying?
The
mhm.
uncoloreds.
Without going into too many details, yeah. Um, but I realized, I didn't know how to say Ku Klux Klan for a long time. And I was trying to read that in the book one day, and it was all over. And I was saying Ku Klux Klan like real, like just country, whatever, saying it wrong. And I had to get a book. I did it in the book. They gave me the pickups back. There were like 71 instances where I said Ku Klux Klan wrong. You know what I mean? And I was like, wait, I was saying it wrong this whole guy. You know what I'm saying? This whole time. I didn't even know how to diss them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it was that. I mean, it wasn't like his thing, but it just made me laugh because I was like, dang, I'm damn near 40. I'm in my 40s at the time. I've been saying it wrong my whole life. Shout out to the Ku Klux Klan.
I mean, it's
Listen,
nothing wrong saying that wrong. I mean, the KKKs, them
I was like,
exactly.
dang.
hooded fools,
The,
come up with some
Yeah.
other names.
the
But
hooded
yeah,
fools.
in terms of like, just it's a lot of the humor that I find is like when I step into the character and I do like just a line or something, I'm like, wow, that nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's or just stuff like with Ocean, right? Man, that
Yes, Ocean,
it's funny that
exactly.
it's fiction, but I'm like, this might be going on for real, man. One of these quarterback dudes out here in the NFL might be killing people and selling drugs, and me thugging like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Who
Aaron
knows, right?
Hernandez.
I'm
No,
about to
calm down. They just
say
made a movie. He got a movie coming out with him for sure.
Come on.
But
I was like, listen, Aaron
yeah, I
Hernandez.
would say that's one of the more fun, more I guess the funniest revelations I would say that I've come across
that
as
is hilarious though that you're narrating and you're narrating the word wrong. So yes, that's understandable.
that much though. It was like that. It was like over 70. It was it was over 70 for sure. I was like, dang, wow. All right.
Well,
I guess
listen,
I learned something today.
and they didn't even deserve to be having said correctly anyway.
Right.
Sure.
That's
Oh
so
my
true.
goodness. So going into this, well, knowing what you know now with all the skill set, how do you prepare to narrate a book?
Mhm.
I know that you were talking to us earlier before we went live, so I'm gonna let you go back into your process.
I used to read the book all the way through, right, before I would start. Um, Very time consuming. And it became less of a functional thing to do when I started getting more work, right? You know what I mean? So um, now it really takes, like I said, I really focus on like the first chapter with the character. Like I spend a lot of time. I
Mhm.
mess up a lot. Like when I read, when I'm in the beginning, early stages of building a character, I mess up a whole lot just trying to find them and find him and find the hymns and the hers, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we got to do women too, right? You know what I'm saying? So just trying to manage that early on, manage that process early on, and set my own expectations for, how this character is going to evolve um, over the course of this book and my part in it, right? So, but at the same time, leaving a lot of space for growth, right? For the unexpected, for saying Ku Klux Klan wrong, you know what I'm saying? All these kind of like and just laughing at myself, leaving room to laugh at myself, leaving room to just experiment, all these kind of things, right? But at the same time, building the DNA of the character in the early stages of the characters of the chapters that I read. But that's a big thing. But another thing is like drinking a lot of water, man, because reading takes a lot out of you. Like it's so
Mhm.
funny because I told you guys we had to go to the post office to do some stuff, and that took forever, right? But before that, we went to Walgreens, and every time I go in Walgreens now, I look at the paperback books on the thing, and I pick one up, the James Patterson's, and I start reading, right? And I normally I'm by myself. My wife is with me now, so I'm reading. I'm an actor, right? So I'm here, right? I'm here with it. Da, 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 right? So she's looking at me. She's like, "Why are you doing all that?" Like I'm on my tippy toes. You know, I'm acting, right? You know what I'm saying? But in essence, though, as much as I'm playing right now, a lot of that energy is really present in the booth when I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I lean into it. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? If I'm shooting somebody, I'm really, we shooting for real. The guns is out for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. We making love in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Usher. Not in the club though. But but yeah, there's a lot. It's a physical thing too. It's a physical thing, so it can be draining. So I started trying to stay hydrated. Try to get rest now because again, there's a noticeable difference when I don't sleep in my voice, right? And people have
Right.
probably heard it in some of the books I read because I've tried to thug it out, and so I'm gonna read this entire book tonight because I'm an actor, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? I can do that. That's a sacrifice I must make for the author to meet this
Midnight.
deadline. Huh?
I
Please
am
have a
going
shirt
to
that say
get
because
off
I'm
of
an
this.
actor.
I am going to get off of this tonight and be going around the house because I'm an actor.
No, but I rest too. Now I do more rest. I don't rush it. I don't. I pace myself. Deadlines are deadlines, but I've learned the game too with that, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want it in on a certain date, but I'm Midnight Michael, man. Y'all gonna wait on me. So no disrespect, no
Yes,
disrespect, no
I
disrespect.
love it. I love it. Oh my god!
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
Uni Music said, "Wait, who is this?" She came. She jumped in on live. She was like, "That voice. This is Midnight Michael, and he's an actor.
He's an actor.
He's a narrator. He
Yeah,
is an actor."
actor. But no, it's imperative to rest and hydrate and eat and do all the things that make you human because again, you got to bring your humanity to the plate. It can't be again,
Right.
the robotic me showing up and just reading, and regurgitating and playing back. I got to live it. You know what I'm saying? And getting the rest, getting the food, getting the nutrients gives me an opportunity to live it.
Yes.
You're an actor.
Because you're an
I'm
actor.
trying to stop doing it, but y'all keep doing it back. So I'm not.
We look.
Keep on
We're
doing it.
in it now. We into
Yeah,
it.
we in it. I'm gonna start tomorrow. Work all day. I'm gonna say stuff, and I'm gonna say because I'm an actor.
You
Listen.
got to slow it down too. You can't just rush to it. You got to. Yes, I'm an actor. And think about it
Because
for
I'm
a
an
second
actor.
before you. Yeah.
Because I'm an author.
Well, there you go.
Mm.
See, you guys.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I think you should make that a challenge
What?
because I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
We're gonna have the
Hey, Lacey, I'm gonna
Midnight
call you.
Michael
See
chapter.
what I did? No, we got Lacey and I are gonna work on something because we're actors.
Yes.
And we
Exactly.
Y'all definitely
Exactly.
are.
Oh my goodness.
So,
this is
which one
fun.
of your characters took one of the most preparation?
This is not black romance, but there's a series I did about Bass Reeves. He's
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm.
allegedly the Lone Ranger, right? You know, that's what they say anyway. I don't know for sure, but it was a great his story. Sidney Thompson, the author, gave me an opportunity to do that, and I was honored, right? Because I was like, wow, the more I read about him, the more I thought,
Right.
and finding his voice, right? Because it was so close to my natural like voice, and like I was like, I wonder. The whole time, the whole experience was like, I wonder if he sounded like this, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
took the most um, patience with myself to make sure, like, don't get so caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
got the DNA, you got all this, you built that. And again, this sounds all technical, but it's just really like being, honoring the person you're really pouring into. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't know what he sounded like. I have no idea, right? But when I committed to a sound, I had to stick with it for 3 books, and they were long books. Right? You know what I'm saying? And so each time, and there was a lot of pain too. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to kind of come out of character and stuff, but I had to stay in there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I'm Baz Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Like really just go in,
Right.
like you know what I'm saying? Right? Not be this, but be, I'm a
Yes.
lawman,
Bad
Wild West
breed. The longest mountain.
master. You know what I mean? And just really, just honor that the whole time. The temperament too. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I mean? This like he was a tough guy to measure throughout the course of three volumes, but I really appreciated that challenge for sure.
I feel like
Yes.
you guys have a talent because it's no way I'm going to remember my voice, the same voice for the characters through 3 books. Like, how do
Right.
you differentiate and remember that?
So the thing about it is, this goes back to the my first encounter with Kaya.
Right.
I was doing too much in that audition. I was doing way too much. I was out of my own pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be
Mm-hmm.
something that I thought she wanted. You know what I mean? And so from that point, and even going forward, and just listening back to myself throughout like the editing process, I'm like, man, that didn't even sound like you. You know what I'm saying? Right? So what?
True.
In whatever character I do, whether it's male or female, it's it's gonna be this. It's gonna be close to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
gonna be. I'm not gonna do stretched beyond my limit or whatever. I'm not gonna be, you know, Mariah Carey when I'm Layla Hathaway. You see what I'm saying? Like, they both
Right.
have range. They both have range, but the range is different. You see what I'm saying? Right?
It
You know what I mean?
definitely is.
Right. It's wide. But it's a different person. You see what I'm saying? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
Midnight Michael range. You know what I'm saying? And I let other people be that range. And if I stay in my range, my lane and that kind of thing, it doesn't matter, how far away I can get back to doing ocean right now. You see what I'm saying? Because I built them based on me. You see what I'm saying?
That man was crazy.
Awesome.
I
Yes.
ain't even gonna say that man. That nigga was crazy. He was
Need a part
loco.
two.
He was. We do.
Woo.
I agree.
Listen, I tell you,
I
that
would
was
love
a
a part
straight
two.
psychopath. And thank you so much. Miles Washington jumped into the
Hey.
Instagram.
I need to
Yes.
meet him too. I ain't met him yet.
Oh,
Yes.
y'all would be so. Oh, y'all would probably have a good time.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Oh, Kai said she still has your audition.
I do too. It's somewhere. She can probably go play it or some shit. She can pull it up.
Oh my goodness.
It was horrible. I was like, man, what was I doing?
Oh
Wow.
my. Well, listen. Since you talk about that, let's hop into what we all really want to know. How did you feel when you actually did read your first like erotic scene?
Oh
And
wow. So it was wild because I'm like, I got to do this. My wife downstairs. I'm like, man, she gonna hear me, you know. Um, so I didn't really go in like like now, right? But at the time, it was kind of like it was real nervous. It was nervous in the house upstairs. I was like, dang, man, I hope she don't come up here and go crazy, think I'm doing something. It was a lot. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of trepidation up front. But then, I remember, I'm an actor, so I got back into it. And we figured it out and we got it done as actors do.
So we're gonna go. On time, we gotta count how many times he said that and see if he did it more than 70.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh my goodness.
And you want to know what's so funny? So that was the scene I was thinking. I said, "Oh, I should give him a erotic scene," because like I'm getting different. We getting the different narrators reading the scene, and listening to your voice. I was like, "Oh, he would be perfect as Winston," and that's one of my characters. And then when we was talking offline before we got on, I was like, "Nah, I'm not even going to do that to him. I'm not even going to do that."
So yes, and Tati actually, you know what? Tati must be over here in our flow sheet because how you knew this was like the next question that was coming up. And since
Right?
she asked it, like literally it was the next
Next question.
question. And she said, what are your hard limits in terms of what you want narrating? I gotta take my glasses off to
Yep.
read.
Me too. You
Why y'all
see the
looking at me like
clue?
that? Why y'all looking at me like that, though? um, well, I'll say it like this. I don't. I know what's for me, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's
Right.
kind of how I look at it. I know like how I cut my teeth and what works for me and how I got to this point, right? And again, it's not about being uncomfortable with stuff. It's about like being excessively, accessible to myself, doing the things that I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I read, I I've auditioned for a lot of things, but at the same time, everything is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
My way, and I was like, yo, that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of setting hard limits, I don't do that. But at the same time, I have a good filter and I have a good gauge, right? If I think something's going to work for me, then I go for it. And, that's really, how I always answer that question. Now, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, Tati got some hard limits. I tell you that.
Sounds like
Tati, I tell people I had to say I read the offer and the oath, and I said Tati owes me a pack of panties, some new batteries, and some
It's a
sheets,
new bed sheet.
and some new bed sheets. That book, them
Those
books,
those two books.
whew,
Listen,
Jesus,
if you Lacey narrated those books,
Lacey narrated
so
them.
and let me tell you, hey, it was one of those things where I really don't have hard limits either, but I was clutching my imaginary pearls a little bit. I was like, please, yeah.
I was shook. And
yeah.
it
Uh,
takes a lot to shake me when it comes to sex, but I was shook up. Like,
yes,
Sounds
mm.
Lacey.
yes,
That sounds
she
sick and he's
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she had a shook.
Lacey had her shook because she narrated the shit out of
Yeah,
that.
she did.
that's
Yeah,
what's
she
up,
did.
man.
She
Mm-hmm.
narrated the hell out of it. So yes,
I just had
Lacey.
a chill just
Okay.
remembering.
Wow, y'all. I might have got to listen to him, man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we're not. I'm not telling you not to, but what I'm saying is, yes. But go ahead and buddy, listen to that with your wife.
pretty much. You
Let me get
want
it done.
her to narrate to her. That book, you probably can narrate. Then you owe her. Then she's good. She'll be good.
Uh, we'll,
Yeah.
we'll, we'll do something else for her. She don't need that. She got the real thing. No, but book. I don't need no book for that. No.
Say no,
He
no, no. Right.
said, "Wait a minute, no, I'm gonna listen to this for me."
Mm-hmm. Oh
Oh
my
my god!
goodness.
But we have game two.
Okay.
Crystal, you
And
gonna
so
shoot off
game
game
two
two?
is this or that. So which do you prefer? Okay, so do you prefer reading or watching TV?
You know what? It's reading now. Like even though it's a byproduct of working, I think it's over this last 3 years, maybe I've read so much and learned so much about myself in doing that I can't see myself not doing this as much as I do it. You know what I mean? Because I've learned something from each and everything I've done. So reading more than watching TV for sure.
Okay, sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
All righty. Having Mondays off or Fridays off?
Excuse me. Fridays. I would say Fridays are better for me.
You people think I'm weird, but I would rather have a Wednesday off. I used to have Wednesdays off.
I
I
mean,
love Wednesday.
when I was watching it, like I had like a weird schedule like that where I would get like midweek off and not come back until the weekend. So
Right. You got time to reset. Then you got 2 more days, and you got 2 more days to reset. So yeah, I definitely love that. Okay, so do you rather sleep in, work late, or get up early and get off early?
work late. I
Oh,
like working
okay.
late.
Yeah.
Because it stops me. It's gonna one of those built in, things I had to learn how to do, like work a little bit longer so I can kind of go to bed a little bit later, so I can get up a little bit later. So it kind of works all
Yes.
in concert, if you will.
I love
Excuse me.
that.
Yes.
Yes. The next one is audiobooks or paperback.
Audiobook. Oh yeah, you're talking to Midnight Michael, the actor. Okay.
Yes.
Why wouldn't he want to do audio? Why wouldn't he want to do audiobooks or select
Yes, yes, that is
audiobooks?
true. Okay, beer or liquor?
Oh, liquor. I'm gonna go liquor. Because you know why? Here's a funny story. And I'm gonna openly admit this on this camera. So we
Go
bought all
ahead.
this
Let me
beer.
lean
We
in.
bought all this
Right.
beer. We bought all this beer for our wedding. Like bought wine beer. We couldn't have hard liquor, and we had all this beer left over, right? So as
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading audiobooks, I'm drinking a lot of beer, right? And I put on a lot of weight. I put on a lot of weight as a result of drinking all that beer to the point where I'm looking around, like, people looking at me like, you gaining weight, like, quit. You know what I'm saying? But I gained a lot of weight from that beer I drank from our wedding. And so now I'm a liquor guy, strictly.
You say no more beer for you.
No more beer for you.
Get the liquor.
But look here.
Listen, that
Yeah.
beer will give you a beer belly. Yes, it will.
Yeah. So I think we already know the answer to the last one. But let's just go ahead and let you say it again. Acting or narration?
Wow. Well, I'm an actor,
That's right.
so I would say acting.
I'm an actor. I
Oh
was just
my
waiting for
God.
you to see. Listen, we knew the answer, and I was sitting here going, I just want to
Yeah,
hear
I'm
him say
like,
it
right.
again. I'm an actor. I'm an
I'm
But
actor.
acting.
it's so crazy. Like as again, I'm playing, but that's in my lonely moments when I'm by myself, which is most of the time, it's like I have to do stuff to laugh at myself, man. 'Cause it's like, man, you take yourself too serious right now, bro. Calm down, champ.
I tell people, I have a group of friends at work, and there's two of them, they're younger. I'm the oldest. So the funny thing about it, I'm the one that you would think is the youngest. I
Yeah,
take nothing serious, nothing
yeah,
whatsoever. And the one that's the middle one, she thinks she's the mother.
yeah.
And she's like, it's really sad that you're 10 years older than me and I got more sense than you.
Um, my daughters are like incidentally, it's National Daughters Day, but they kind of raised me. You know what I'm saying? Even though
And
I
they
mean they're
still
really
matter.
mature, and they, all right, Dad, you gotta go to bed. All right, man. Why? you know,
Not you being a rebel.
excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, they're really mature, so I certainly understand that for sure.
Oh, it's National Daughters Day. Oh, I guess
It
I'm gonna
is.
when my daughter come in the house. I have a 30-year-old daughter. and
Oh,
she
wow.
has been my mother for years. And she said it's so sad that I have to raise you because you don't know how to act. I don't, and that's why I asked you to drop me off at a nursing home because I don't want you taking care of me the rest of your life because I don't have time for your rules and regulations
You know,
whatsoever.
that's what's
Yeah,
up.
she
That's cool.
literally, we was on live last night, and I said I have to get off because she called me Barney.
Oh, wow.
I had on purple. Yeah,
Listen,
she's out of
now
control.
I have to call you Barney. And I have a 23-year-old daughter, and we have nicknamed her Mama's out probably ever since she was toddling along because
Mm-hmm.
she be fussing at people ever since she knew how to use her mouth. And so she thinks she everybody's mama.
Yep,
And she's still
it's them
23.
girls.
She's raising
Well,
me, raising her daddy, raising her brothers.
got
It
one.
gets it gets worse as they get older. Like I said, she was fine, but now I just be like, oh my gosh, go away. Yeah, it gets worse. She want to know where I'm at, if I'm out late, what am I doing? It's too much. It's like mind your business.
Girl,
Mind your
she,
business.
That's
my
good. That's
daughter,
love, man. That's love.
It
yeah,
That's
is.
love.
my
It
That's
definitely
love.
is. But they definitely, they say your daughters turn into your parents. Your kids turn into your parents. They have never lied. They
My
have
daughter
never lied.
comes into our room and she cuts off the air. It's too cold in here for you guys. Get
Oh,
up under the cover. What are you talking to, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
that, yeah. She's up here just telling us what to do. You need to cut the TV off and go to sleep. What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. My daughter tell me in a minute, isn't it past your bedtime? Why are you still up?
wow.
Because you
Hey,
opened my door and woke me up. What do you expect?
yeah. Good luck with that, cause I'm good. I'm not dealing with that.
Well,
He's out there.
well,
Trust me.
you're going to. You just don't. You won't realize it. It creeps
You
up on
it,
you.
it it'll just happen and you'll
It'll
just
just
kind of
happen.
look in the
Mm-hmm.
mirror like what just happened? Like I am your parent. Thank you very much.
My daughter tells people she had me. How?
Wow.
But okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my. Well, I do want to ask you, for a little advice for the up and coming narrators who may be listening and tuning in, and considering it. So, for you, what qualities do you think make a great narrator?
Um, I wouldn't say that there's a quality or qualities necessarily. My only thing would be it's got to be a passion there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a why, like why you getting up and doing this, because it's not for the faint of heart, right? Narrating a book is not easy work. So shout out to all the narrators on here because y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not easy. Um, it's a love. It's a labor of love, we'll call it, right? And it's truly
Mm.
built on your why. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, I said to my voice acting coach, I told her, she was like, "So why are you doing this? Why? Why?" Okay, it's a white lady, and I was like, "I want to be the best ever, right? I want to be the best ever, right? Okay,
You're an
how do you
actor.
qualify that? How do you quantify that? How do you, again,
Mm-hmm.
like all that taking it? How do you who's the best? What is the best, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud to say, almost 6 years later, right? That's still it. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's still the motivating factor, right? You know what I'm saying? Every time I get in that booth and go to work, whether it's an audition, whether it's this podcast, whether it's a book, whether it's an actual, it's whatever it is, you
Right.
getting 1,000% me. You know what I'm saying? Right? My best, right? You know what I'm saying? And uh, I'm crazy enough to believe that one day that'll make me the best, right? You know what I'm saying? Bringing my best every time. You know what I mean? So to everyone listening who's interested in doing it, I mean, that's it. Find your why, and your why will take you there. You know what I'm saying? It will take you places you don't think you can go. Right? I didn't think I could do this. I didn't even want to do this. Right? I said
Mm-hmm.
it a while ago. I didn't want to read. I can't even read well. You know what I'm saying? I can't read. All right. I couldn't read. Right? When I first started, it took me months to finish a book. Okay, months. Okay, to finish a book because I could barely read well. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, right? Because that was the limiting thing, right? That was the inhibiting thing, slowing me down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I didn't want to do it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that because I didn't think I could, you know what I'm saying? So, but my why got me here, you know what I'm saying? My why, like, okay, if you know, God is, he's, I feel like God said, how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? How bad
Yep.
do you want it, right?
Right.
And if I got to go through this to get there, to get there. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there is, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So that's my why telling me that every day. So if nothing else, like your acting will come, your weak, your reading, your diction will get better, right? Shout out to Hooked on Phonics, and all this stuff, man, and all this stuff. Like there are ways to get better at the craft, right? But getting better at the craft doesn't necessarily correlate to why you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? So there has to be something in you that pushes you to that. To sit in the book and read for 4 to 5 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Sit in the book. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of commitment.
That's a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
That is.
That's a lot of commitment. And I'm doing that every day, right? You know what I mean? So find your why. The talent will come, right? You got it already, but just find your why. It'll get better for sure.
I like that. Find your why. I feel like that's just find your why in everything you do. Why are you doing it?
Yes.
Why are you
Why are
doing
you
it? Why
doing
you
it?
want to do it? And how can you make it better? So that leads me to my question. What have you learned that you feel makes you a better narrator today?
There's no competition, right? That's the name. There's no competition. It's not a competition. It's not a race. Sure, it's competitive. Don't get me wrong, right? We're all out here trying to make a name for ourselves, right? To get money. Let's not beat around the bush. But at the end of the day, there's a space for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And really finding comfort in that idea, right, helps me every day understand. Like, okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm an actor. Okay, I'm an actor. Right? And I really. And I really am, so I really am. Like I really am. Like and nobody can take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Miles. I love, Winston. I love all these people, man, that they put us in the same kind of category, man. But we're all different, you know what I'm saying? And I love that about us. And there's room for more people, you know what I'm saying? There's room for everybody to do this thing that we call audiobook narrating, especially in the Black romance arena. Because there's so many beautiful stories to tell and so many voices to tell it. So I learned, like, that competition thing, like, forget about it, man. People enjoy you and just enjoy it back for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've learned in this course. Because again, I put a lot of pressure on myself at the beginning of trying to be, I seen the, Jacoby Dim. I was like, man, wow, this guy, he's really an actor. You know what I mean? He got his own,
really
IG fan club page. I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, live up to this idea of what I think success looks like in this arena, right? You know what I mean? But over time, like I said, when I started just kind of doing it, I'm like, I don't even think about like that. You know what I'm saying? It's y'all. So I'm thinking about like who's going to be listening to this, right? Y'all about to feel me. Y'all about to feel me. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever y'all is, whoever y'all is, and that's really the driving thing. That's what time experience, failing at trying to do something else has taught me. Like, just be you, honor that, and just show them love, and they'll show you love back.
Yeah, I have to ask a question, and this has nothing to do about what we're talking about, but how much yelling do you do coaching the kids? Because I can't imagine I'm down the court about to dribble or do something wrong, and you yelling like.
It's a problem
for me.
It's a problem for my daughter, especially because she can hear me. She's heard me the longest, so she can hear me, right? And so when she's having a bad game, she don't want to be on the other side of that, conversation, running up and down the court. Because she's okay. This is her first experience playing basketball, so I'm trying to be. And I grew up hooping. Like I was, I can really play, right? And so I don't want to impose my whole ideology on her. Right? But at the same time, you're taller than all these kids. Like you're the tallest one out here, right? Get the rebound. Right?
Get the rebound.
Yeah.
Just watching her just struggle. I'm like, get the rebound. So like she hears it, right? Saturday, bless her heart, she was like she had just had a terrible first half, and like I on the sideline, I'm like, you got to block it. Like I'm going in, like not me, like but just I'm a midnight, okay? Like you got to get the rebound. I'm dad, right? You the tallest one out here, man. We down, you know what I'm saying? Like. So you got to block all the shots. Like, you know what that is? Because I don't know what she knows, right?
Right.
And so my wife, after hearing me do all this, right, she's like, Katie, come here. And she gives it this, the love, right, the balance, right? You know what I'm saying? And so so to answer your question, excuse me, it's they get a little scared sometimes, but I think the parents appreciate it though, because I'm really active with it. But they really love it. They love it.
I don't know if this will help her, but my son, oh God, my son did sports like from 5 up. He did track, like we did AAU basketball, he did football, he did track. So it was constant, like we go places. So like basketball, when he first started, he played like he was scared. And his dad voice is deep. And the first time I heard him, he yelled so bad, like I literally every kid stopped. He was like, "Man, put your belly on his back." And I'm
Whoa.
like, what the
Uh,
fuck do that mean? And he looked at me and I was like, what did that even mean? He said, I'm telling this dumbass to rebound. Get your ass up there and get that ball.
say a
And
little
I'm
bit
like,
different with
oh,
that,
so
Dad.
yeah, and then so all the coaches, you would hear coaches be like, put your belly on that back. I'm like, y'all gonna have somebody kids hemmed up for real. Like
Yo,
putting
get
your
off me,
belly on
bro.
a kid, that's a lot.
He said, "Get off me."
Get off me,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But I had
Yes,
to ask
yes.
because I'm like, just imagine 10 or 11-year-old girls and you yelling down the court. I'd be like, I don't want to play no more, mommy. Like, I'm
I know
done.
my daughter was looking the first ad the other day, Saturday. I was like, babe, you know what?
She was about to retire.
First half over. I was like, man, you listen. You out here now. You said you wanted to be out here. So whatever.
Look, you gonna have her going around saying, "Cause I'm a baller."
Balling.
Yes.
Baller.
She getting it though. Like from what I'm proud though. Like we talk about growth a lot, right? What I'm proud to see in all the kids out there. We're on a completely different topic now, but I'm I'm proud to see like their growth from week 1 to week 3. You know what I mean? Like
That's
from
good.
we know who
Like,
the best players are to now we're working as a team in week 3. You know what I'm saying? We cruised through the first 3 weeks because we had the better team. We faced adversity third week. We were down first half, and I was looking at my wife. I was like, "Hey, babe, you know what? I'm about to go loose. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to because I was being all subdued. I was not to yell, but they fought and came back and it ended up being tied. They don't go into overtime, but they ended up in the tie. And I was like, wow, I'm really proud of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I
that
didn't.
like
Oh,
right
It was
there,
them. It
that's
was all
good.
them. It was all them. They worked together and fought
Mm-hmm.
back. And my daughter played
yes.
like she played like Charles Barkley in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Rebounding, blocking shots. You know what I'm saying? Talking.
Putting
You
her
know,
Okay.
like
belly
I
on
said,
that back.
wow.
She was
You know what
using
I'm saying?
her height.
Yeah. Putting the
She
belly
Mm-hmm.
on their
said
back. You know what I'm saying?
she
Yeah,
said
putting
she
the
didn't
belly
want
on
no
that
more
back.
of that. She didn't want no more of that conversation. The captain.
I'm really proud of them. Really proud of them.
Yes.
That is so good. Well, thank you everyone who's been joining us over here on YouTube and on Instagram. Author A. A. Lewis says she is
Hey, what up,
such
though?
an Eminem fan.
What up, though? I said,
You
hey,
got you got the fans.
seeing you email me
Kaya,
back though.
yeah, Kaya. Midnight Michael's gonna need him a fan page.
No, don't do that.
We gonna have to listen. Kaya had to step out, and she said that she's gonna hit you up real soon. But
I got you.
yes. Oh my goodness.
It's so funny. I reached out to Karen from Karen's Reading Corner. Shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Hmm.
talked a little bit because I was trying because again I've been doing this for years. Y'all have this is y'all life. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
she's a lifer too. And I just reached out and we had a conversation and I I don't necessarily want that. You know what I'm saying? My engagement with her was like how can I relate to the readers, the listeners, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To let them know I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes we lose. There are people, approach this, in a lot of different ways. Some people don't show their face, and some people do. Like
Right.
y'all can see me. All right, I don't give, what I do. Right? I don't know what to see. But even in seeing me, I want people to understand. Like I'm not. Yeah, I love this crap. I love this, but I want to bring you to my world too. I also, I do music. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. You know what I'm saying? So I want to kind of figure that out too. So be on the lookout for some things that I'm trying to do in that arena, just to make to connect more with people, to let them know I'm real.
I like that. All
Yes.
right.
And
We
A. said that she is going to email you back. And we have a comment from Tati who says she said, I hope I can get him on my next project.
What up, though? I'm just saying Detroit.
yes, yes.
What up, though?
Yes, yes. Tati, congratulations to you again because she recently, her book, The Oath, was recently, was it Oath in the offer? Well, I know definitely it was The Oath. Made USA Today bestseller. So,
Congratulations.
yes,
Now
Congratulations.
she gonna be on a
congratulations.
bunch of people panties.
She,
You had to say that, did
she
Congratulations, Tasha.
Just go ahead and reach out to Haynes and see if they can get you a bunch of them.
The Brandon deal. But no,
Yes.
Tati, thank you, Tati. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you as well.
Me too.
Anybody,
I'm
I'm
ready
open.
for that. I'm ready for
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. So look, I told you, talk to be right on time because she just be rolling into whatever we have to say. I was just about to say, what would you like potential clients to know about you as a narrator? She be rolling right into it.
To it.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What would you like potential clients to know about you as a narrator?
Oh, I care. I care. I care about what you write, like what you put your heart and soul into, because it's not about me. Like in the end of again, the brand is what it is. I'm who I am, whatever the case may be, right? But in the end, right, it's what y'all write. You know what I'm saying? It's what y'all
Mm-hmm.
put. Y'all give us the opportunity to emote, to cry through, to laugh over, to rap and sing over. Y'all give me a shot to do that too. But yeah, all that, right? It's I care. I care about the work y'all put into it. So it inspires me. Even though, like I said, it's hard. It's a lot of hard work, man, putting the book together, right? On my end, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all can do it, then I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? On my end, just make it. You know what I'm saying, right? Because it takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot to write it. I don't even want to write a book. Okay, I want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to write a book, right? But if being part of if you telling your story, right, involves me in some capacity, you're gonna get the actor, right, the musician, right, the dad, right, all these people that have, I've acquired over the years to help tell your story the best way I can. So yeah, it's with a lot of care, concern, whatever it needs, you're gonna get it for
I
sure.
love
And
that.
I loved it, and I'm with you. I will write it, but the hell if I want to read it. So I'm grateful for y'all
Right.
because that is not my forte. I am the author. So
Not the actor. That's what I am. Yeah.
I promise I'm gonna take a snippet of this, and if that's gonna be my damn ringtone or something.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love
So
it.
we have come to the portion that everyone loves called the versatility verses. Okay. This is where we ask Midnight to basically use his narrator voice and narrate a line or snippet that Crystal and I have both come up with. She has hers, I have mine. We also have a special request because Nicole Falls asked for him to say one line. And it's actually in the private chat. So Nicole's line is first. And then after is mine, and then after mine is Crystal's. And so we just get to hear him, give us a little taste
Just
of
as a
his.
full disclosure, I only have crystals in the chat, so I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
okay. Well, good. Guess what? That means I can re-put this in here again. Hold on, one second.
Okay, so
Oh my.
I'll say this while you're doing that. The line he's gonna read last night, if you were on here, we were talking about the show Good Girls, and the guy on the show, Rio, the bad guy, he exudes sexiness, and I don't even think he realized how much sex appeal he exuded, but he did. But him and Elizabeth had a type of relationship. They kind of had lust for each other and other things, but he always would say to her, Elizabeth, get in the car. I'm not made for this world. So we wanted to do it, color it up a little bit, give us a colored version of it.
Okay. All right. So
I
here we
mean,
go.
if you want to change the name, as long as it's a black chick name, we fine. But we just say Keisha.
This is crazy. Here we go. Oh, so which one am I doing? Keith? Am I doing the getting the car line?
How you doing that first? You can say Keisha or any name you want to say.
I can't say Keith because that's my ex-wife's name. I can't say
Oh, oh, yeah. Don't say
Don't
that.
say that. We just was friends with your wife. Don't do that to us.
Don't do that. Don't do
that. Gotta
that.
get a ride. Dirty. see. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you three. I'm gonna give you A, B, and C. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Tasha, come get in the car. All right, here we go. Tasha, come get in the car. Tasha, come get in the car. I like that one.
Okay, come on.
It was the second one. And if I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but that's how he would say it to her. Oh, you gotta watch Good Girls. You
gotta watch Good Girls.
You gotta watch Good Girls. It's like 4 seasons. It's on Netflix. They 3 friends. They like was down on it. Well, their husbands wasn't really making no money, and one of them, Beth's husband, basically lost his job, lost the business. So they start stealing.
Okay, that sounds like something I would do if I was broke too.
It was good, but then they end up stealing from the wrong person. So he said, for y'all to pay me back, y'all got to run my drugs. Y'all got to clean my money.
Well, that sounds like what's the name of that show? Ozark, a little bit.
Ozark. I love Ozark. Yep, I love Ozark. So yeah, but yeah, the second one, because like I said, they liked each other. And
okay, I'm gonna get that. I'm pulling out the sky like Bluetooth. Yeah. But here you go. What am I doing? Yours, Crystal? Now 20 years is a long time.
You can go for it if you want.
Am I who? So I'm a female, right, on that?
No, that's a man. I did pick the man. I mean, I wanted to be erotic, but I'm gonna keep it clean today because what I was gonna put was kind of nasty. So
okay. All right, here we go. I can't use it. I need glasses for real. All right.
Look, just take the screen and just zoom it in.
Like at the restaurant with the flashlight. Here we go.
Oh yeah, that glare.
There we go. 20 years is a long time. We've had our ups and downs, our good times and bad times, our fights and makeups, and I won't want to do it with no one else but you. So, boy, J. Lewis, will you do me the honor of renewing our vows? I like that. You wrote that? That's dope.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, go, Crystal.
Yes.
I'm not a sappy person, but that short story, oh my gosh. When I say I love that story so much, I love that story so much. But yep, they renewed their vows, and that's what he's asked her.
All right, I'm gonna steal that from my vow renewal in a few years.
Okay.
That's how I did it. When we talked about it offline, I literally had something else, and I switched it and put that on there.
Here we go. All right, Untamed. Here we go.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited for this.
She's the kind of woman that makes you walk right in these streets. Before, as if I didn't have shit to live for. Now, I live knowing she's everything I die for. Supreme leaned onto the desk and leveled a look on his father. Supreme leaned onto the desk and leveled a look on his father. His eyes narrowed to slits. In the same way I died for her, I'd kill for her too. I'd be right these thuggish,
Y'all right.
So this is cool, right? You know what I'm saying? And I love doing this kind of stuff, but at the same time, like I say, I'm at a point now where like I want to build that guy, you know what I'm saying? For real. I want to build all these people, like okay, what's the background? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? Like I really want to get in there now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she's the kind of woman that makes you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he that kind of thug or another kind of, G, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, no, those are both dope passages. I like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.
Knock it out the park.
Yes.
I was looking at the words, so I didn't know how I was looking on camera. Probably crazy. But it's all good. I'm an actor. It's all good. We sacrifice.
He's an actor. He's an actor. He sacrifice.
Sacrifice for the people.
Yes.
Miles still out there to the Miles. I'm gonna get at him. Yo, we gotta do some stuff, man.
Yes.
So Miles, he said he will get at you. Miss Sass, the author, said that she votes for the second Keisha come get in the car.
See?
And look, and she's just putting her little smiley faces up here. Oh my goodness, you have so many fans that just were joining in. Hi, Monica.
You are
Yes,
loved by the masses, and I mean it's well deserved because
yes.
I haven't listened. I've so far, once we knew we were going to do you, I have done 5 books
Mhm.
by you, like 5, and I'm just like, okay, let me go find some more.
You know what's crazy? You know
Hmm.
what I mean? It's so funny, man. God, when I first started, it was like, man, who want to listen to me? You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, getting,
Hmm.
like that, like, man, I ain't even, and so to even hear it now, right? It's still like, really? You know what I'm saying? Me? It- because that's how wrapped up I am in the process. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes,
That's what that is, right? It's not a lack of appreciation thing. It's a, I'm trying to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because
yes.
Hmm.
Listen, I'm
I'm about
trying
to
to
say, I
tell
didn't say it.
you.
I didn't say it.
No,
Listen,
we
no, seriously. Cause I'm telling you, when as an author, a lot of times I'm very picky. I'm really Nicole talked about this last night, and me and her agree. I was like, I'm very picky about my narrators because there's a certain
hmm
way that the story has to be told, and it's in my mind. So you should see my publisher be losing her mind because I'm like, she like you the only one that would sit up here and be like, listen, I want go down this list for the men and go down this list for the women, and this is it. I don't want anybody else outside of this list, that's here.
hmm
And so I this even with these upcoming books I had, I was like, she was like, just give me your top 5. And I was like, Midnight Michael, and she was like, she laughed. She was like, where did he come from? Because the other two, I said, listen, he is new on the scene and just put him in the top 5, okay?
That's it. That's all.
And you know what's crazy? With all of that, this it don't get old. It doesn't get old. you know, again, it can, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell people. Like, you can start off on fire, but if you don't love it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, it can get old. But like getting all these books. And one thing I tell people, I will always audition for stuff. You know what I'm saying? I won't, even when I get offers and it's like, we want you to talk about, I'm like, y'all want me to read? That's my first thing. Y'all want to read something? You know what I'm saying? Because I never want to lose that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think of it as comedians who go into movies or whatever,
Hmm.
like, who still do stand up. You know what I mean? Because they want to keep that edge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Keep that, because this is, again, we're in an arena, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be in an arena. You know what I'm saying? And it sometimes it's hurtful. It can be dangerous, but it keeps you, focused, keeps you edgy, keeps you hungry, as every actor should be.
Yes, yes. And Monica answered your question too as well. Miss Monica Moni Whip said, and you said, who wants to listen to me? She said, me. I do, sir. I want to
Me
listen to
Absolutely
you.
too.
will. I love her
Me
too. What
too.
up? I be seeing
Yeah.
y'all on Instagram, loving it. I love y'all back, man, for real. Um,
Yes. Miss Sassy Author says, you are great, great.
thank you.
Hmm.
And
Yes, and
I'm not just saying that because we're on this thing. I mean it.
listen, and also I saved this comment because I always try to save some of the sweeter comments for the end. Author T Lynn said, you are really a gem for real. So glad to have worked with you and look forward to the future.
I do too, man.
Oh,
Thank you,
I love
man.
that.
Really appreciate that, man. That's about to make me cry on this thing.
We gotta make him cry. Oh,
Look, I'm
we're
putting
gonna
my
see you.
glasses on. Let me see, because I think, let me find a book by her that you narrated, because I love her writing.
I
Yeah,
do too.
T
I
Lynn is
think of
T
names,
Lynn
right?
is
I can think of
great.
characters, desire, yeah, and all these
Yeah, I'm
people. I can't think of the names of the books though. Golly, dude.
mm-hmm. Oh, that's okay. I'm about to have it.
Wow.
Yep.
Shout out T Lynn. I love it. Yeah, shout out T Lynn, Casey Mills, Kay Shani.
Are
Mm-hmm.
them on there? Wait, hold on. They're all on there?
They let's see now. Charity Shanae was on here. Kay Shani was on here
Yeah.
earlier. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is on here. And oh man, because y'all had some
Oh,
Casey. I
wow.
thought Casey
That's
might have
crazy.
dipped in here for a second.
Okay. Wow, that's love. Like, and again, from both sides, pause. like from from the listeners and from the authors. That's dope. I really appreciate that.
Yes, you got some major love coming in here from
Mm-hmm.
authors and narrators that were hopping
But
in,
yeah,
and we love it. We love it
and
because
Lacey, yeah, for sure.
one thing I really truly love about the narrator community is that you truly, all of you, no matter who we talk to,
Got
every last
support.
one of you all support each other
Yeah.
and really truly embrace each other and welcome each other into this table. And that has been the prevalent theme for each and every one of you. I mean, we have talked to quite a few, and each and every one of you all have, you love the community, you love the, the black romance community, urban romance, the black authors that are out here writing, you guys love them.
And
And then you love each
sorry,
other.
I'm still getting to know it too. Like I'm fresh in, fresh fish, as they say in the county. You know what I'm saying? But and so I'm still learning. That's why I reach out to people like Karen. That's why I jump on these, and just try to
Yes,
understand more and more about it. You know what I mean? It's easy to
yes.
say, okay, I got this voice, and I'm an actor, so I should be doing this, right? Right? It's a natural fit, but no, it doesn't work that way, man. You gotta love it, man. And at first, I was confused. I didn't know. I was like, with the sex scenes, I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna do that, man. I don't feel like I'm worthy or it's worthy of my time. So so now it's like all that aside, man. It's like it's love now, like meeting the artists, right? Meeting other narrators, right? And I wish one thing I wish that we could out like as narrators and co-narrators, we could do stuff like we could record a book together at least once. You know what I'm saying? In the same studio at the same time. During the same
Come on.
Also,
time period. Like that's something like I want to work for as an owner, we'll call it, right? As an owner of a production company, I want to make it such that we can do that at different points in different stages in time, like record it live together, produce live together. You know what I'm saying? Have an actual team doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think
Come
that'll do a
on,
lot for the
Wesley.
culture, for sure.
yeah.
What?
I
Because Wesley does a lot of this. So come on, Wesley,
Yeah,
Siobhan.
but yeah, it'll be great. She's dope, man. Wow, that's
She
and to know that I'm working
is.
with all these dope people, I have no idea who they are sometimes. And later on, oh, you did? I was like, yeah, I did, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So to know that I'm in that, in that range, in that category with all these great dope, actors and narrators.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm not. I feel like I'm outside
Listen,
too. Don't even worry about it.
Midnight Michael, I got a question for you. Are you going to be at the Black Romance Festival next year? And it's like, I think it's May 30th. You are?
I'm gonna be an indie love as well.
Uh,
Oh, I did see your
come
name
on.
on Indie Love. I sure did.
So I
So
must have missed this announcement for Black I'll be there. So I'll get to meet you in
yeah, for sure.
person.
Yeah. I'll be outside on the streets. Yeah.
I'm
And my
so
Oh,
wife,
happy
we're
for
gonna
you
make it an
guys.
event, man. We're gonna make it an event. Like we want to make, you know, we want to show love, like for the listeners, the readers, the authors who show up, man. Because listen, I'm not. They're not inviting me to that thing if I ain't in these book streets for real. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
So yeah, I'm there to show love. Really, turn up with everybody. Just have a good time for sure.
Hey.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. I'm excited about it. Well, I listen, we come towards the end of the show. Sorry for those who are just tuning in. Listen now. But the bookish wife said whoop whoop. So she heard something. I guess she heard that she was gonna be at an event and she gonna be there. Uh, so she was excited. She said whoop whoop. And Monica did say, she said you came onto the scene blazing.
You did.
So you did.
Definitely.
You lit these streets on fire real quick.
And
Hmm.
I will never forget this period too. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever happens next, I don't know. I don't even like every year's got. I tell people from 2020, I would say until now, every year has gotten better. Like I wasn't, in terms of voice acting, in terms of something, like it's gotten better every year. Like this year's been better than last year. In terms of just the work, the experiences, it's been crazy. So I don't know what's happening next year, but I'll never forget this moment of just meeting people like y'all and just understanding what this is for real.
Thank
And y'all
Yes.
embracing me the
yeah.
way that y'all embracing me. It means a whole lot. My wife will tell you, like, this nigga, he think he the king over here because of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're an actor. Because you're an actor.
Hmm.
he think he the king because of y'all. You know what I mean?
Listen, well, definitely you have to
That'll be the
come
first
back.
thing she'll tell y'all. That'll be the first thing she'll tell y'all when y'all meet it. Like y'all got his head all kind of out of shape now because he think y'all think he God gift. Or he thought he was God gift already. You know what I'm saying? But now, well, I really think I am because I'm an actor. All right.
Listen, when I meet you in person, you guaranteed got to say that at least 5 times.
For sure.
So definitely, and you have to come back. We'll have to, of course, every year we do this. So we invite you back.
Y'all
You
should
can
have a
have the
panel
most
on, like have a
fun.
lot of us here. No, y'all got let's do a panel or something. Let's have like a round, that'll be dope. I don't know if
Until
y'all
Listen,
done that before. I'm
oh
giving y'all
no,
some stuff to work with. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all done that before, but y'all,
all right,
we
let's do it.
haven't, but I would love it. I would love to
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Yes, I cannot between you, Miles, and Sean Prison. If all of
We're not
y'all on
gonna
the
make it.
panel at one time, we would not make it through. No.
hey,
Mm-mm.
I'll get the guys together. We'll be okay. We're actors. Right? We'll get them together. Right? We'll get it together for you guys. For sure.
Oh
I
my
just started doing
goodness.
that too, for sure. I just started doing that right now, for sure. Okay?
What
For
up,
sure.
though?
What up, though? I've been doing that though since the early 2000s.
I
Yes.
know that's right. Oh my goodness. So, if no one knows on here, you should know because most of this is your fan base. Okay, so Monica said, "Nice, hope to see you." Woo, we got a lot of comments flying in here. Wait, wait. Okay, so before I close
Well,
out, let me get through these
Look,
comments.
the phone
Oh,
has died, so I can't help you go through them.
good gracious. Okay. So, okay, the bookish wife said she's a part of the Black Romance Book Fest team. So, yes, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, she said, okay, Bookworm 203757 said, could we take all of those voices at one time? And then Miss Sassy Officer said, just kill me now.
Right. It's no way. It's no
There-
way.
There's no way. Listen, we gonna make that happen though. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
make that happen. We're gonna do
Christmas
a super
special.
panel.
Christmas special. I'm
Oh,
giving y'all need to pay me right now. Where my check at?
it's gonna be an early Christmas special because I'm not gonna be here for
That's
Christmas.
fine. It ain't gotta be on Christmas. It can be like, leading up, the run up, Happy holidays. You know what I mean? You can do some, sounds of blackness, so have that playing in the background, you know what I mean?
I know that's right. I know that's
Mm-hmm.
right. We are going to do it. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I want you to tell everyone where they can connect with you. And also, if they want to hire you, how would they go about doing so?
Uh, Everything pretty much is centralized on my IG. At around midnight is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to move to another one, but we're still trying to figure out how to make that transition. The voiceover, specifically the book stuff, to another thing. But right now, at around midnight on IG, just hit me up there. You can also go to my website, areyouSpokenfor.com, where you can
Mm-hmm.
find all the info. You can find my beautiful bio there. I mean, all the great things you need to find out about Midnight Michael. You can reach me, contact me via that site as well. So yeah, IG and my website are the two central locations you can find me for sure.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Well, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, you know you gotta do your thing. And don't make me call you out again tonight.
You won't. I don't know. I get sleepy around this time, so you got it. I ain't even gonna go back and say, oh, but no. So books is sold one on IG and on TikTok and Facebook. I'm Books and Soul, and then you can follow my author page, and I'm gonna spell it out. My name is Krista Lux, and it's KRYSTALUXE _
This
Only
is
on IG.
awesome.
I ain't got time for all that other stuff. I ain't got time. Mm-mm. And
Also,
today, I can say because you called me out yesterday, I dropped my book cover.
so yes, please go on her site and check out her. Book cover. Yes, I
And thank you
love
to
it.
author LA Sky because I gave her what I wanted and she created freaking magic.
She
Mm-hmm.
did. She did. She always does. She's a great graphic designer. Absolutely.
Definitely.
She's created all of the worlds that you're sharing as well. So it
Yes.
from your series. So go ahead, LA
Mm-hmm.
Scott. Keep doing the
Yeah.
thing. I love it.
Look, I'm making sure I give her credit for everything that I post. So every business, every city, every county, that is from the my mind to LA Sky, and that's her vision. And I thank her
Yes.
so much for that.
Yes. She did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal. Yes.
Well, yes, you guys, you can follow me. I am at Author Untamed on Facebook, TikTok, and on Instagram. You can also find my alter pseudo, which is author Aries Sky, on Instagram. It's Aries Sky underscore. Um, on Facebook, TikTok, and on now YouTube at Aries Sky. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Aries and Sky with the E on the end. That is me. That is me as well. So thank you guys so much for all who have followed us
Yes. Thank
individually and
you.
the podcast. It okay, hold on. Let's see. Any way to get one on the I see they're here having their own conversations in this chat now. So I'm gonna hop
Uh,
back off. I was
focus.
trying to see here say if they had some more comments, but they're giving you your flowers and hand claps right now. So
Yes.
thank you to everyone on YouTube, everyone who hopped in on the link to Facebook, everyone on Instagram. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for showing Midnight all of the love.
Look.
And
Yes.
please, 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 this is the end of the month. So we won't have anything else until October. And so come back for a newbie author, Mr. Jason Graham. He will be here October the 2nd for his author interview. And the book of the month for the month of October, we will be on live with author Ty, and we'll be discussing riffs and refrains. So make sure that you guys
Mm-hmm.
get that audio book and tune in and listen to riffs and refrains, which right now is also being has been picked up. I think by Universal Productions and Kennedy Ryan. So that will become either a TV show, a series, or a movie, one of the two. So
Yes.
definitely,
I'm
it's gonna be
loving
so
that
great.
so many of our books, from our Black authors are being picked up and put on TV, movies. I'm loving it.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. It has been. Whew, I can't wait to get back into that side of things too. I've
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed the break, but now we're getting
You
the
said I'm ready
I'm
to
a
go back.
producer. I'm a producer itch.
Yes.
I'm a producer itch out, so I want to go ahead and jump back into that, because that part telling our stories is important to me on all formats and all platforms. So definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna check one more time. Okay, Bookworm said, "Great chat as always. Thank you all. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
I can't
Thank
believe
you
it's been this
so."
long. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. It's crazy. Wow. I don't even talk this long.
He
And I read.
said, "We don't even talk this long. And so we're gonna allow you to bow out, but I will hit us with our closer that I no longer have to do. Shout out to narrator Mark Wheeler who was in here earlier too. So for gifting us with this great opener and great closer. So I am going to hit y'all guys with it, and we gonna say good night.
Good night.
Good
Thanks for
night.
getting caught up with the Get Caught Up podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to
I can't
subscribe
hear
on
it. Can you hear it,
Spotify,
Crystal?
iTunes, or
I can hear it.
iHeartRadio and leave us a
Y'all
review.
gotta tell me when to stop.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube
Damn.
at Get Caught Up Podcast and let us know what you think about the show. See you in the next episode.
I don't know if it stopped. Okay,
Yep, it
that's
did.
it.
You did
You
it
got
right on time.
right
Nice.
on
Uh-oh.
time.
I think
Okay,
that
so
crazy one is coming. Yep, she
awesome.
coming.
All right. Well, good night, because you got your child about to bust into the room. So
Yep.
thank
All right.
you, Midnight Michael, so much. And good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.